Hello guys, it's Viria here, and today I'm gonna share how I line art and color. I'm sorry the sketch is already done because I actually didn't record the process, so I'm just gonna talk about, well, that, I guess. At least I try to be somewhat helpful. I remember back in the days I used to draw the sketch and I actually line arted it right on the same layer, but now as I'm a little bit more busy I kinda do that on the different layer because I don't have to erase so much. This is me working on the commission. I created the commissioner down below because I don't remember that on top of my head. This is the characters of the commissioner, and I actually had so much fun drawing them because they're like so cute and they kind of give me chilly vibe in a way. And I don't know, you draw the characters that you don't really know and you suddenly just love them for some reason because you just, they're so cute. And winter themes are always my favorite because there is so much snow and like the noses are pink and cheeks, and I even gave myself a tiny little note just so I don't forget and don't get carried away with this. Basically I color everything, not color but line art everything on the same on one layer. For advices, I can only suggest like the lines that are on the front, say this is the arm, it's in front of the body on the picture, so you can make the lines a little bit bolder in there just so they're like choo on the front and you can feel them being bolder and darker, and those that are on the background you kind of just leave a little bit paler and calmer. Calmer, is this a word? I'm not sure. So yeah, I do that from time to time. Like it might not be super noticeable because I don't differ my lines that much, but I still do that. It's something that they taught us in university. Do people call it uni? Like call it? So that's something that I learned. So I'm just passing the knowledge. That's very obvious. Yeah. I don't really know what to say like much about line art, except for that part that I already said, but I really enjoyed drawing. Like, I don't know, sometimes the line art is pain and sometimes the line art is fun. And at this with this drawing it was definitely fun because I don't know, it's probably just coats and folds and so many layers of the clothing that I just love drawing so much. So that's probably it was fun. I'm not really sure, maybe it's just because of the details and stuff like this. Who knows? I just like it. As for details, when you sketch, I know this is a completely different matter and I don't there is not gonna be how I sketch in the video, but generally when you sketch, try to zoom in and out a lot just so you get the idea of how everything looks like in the composition of the drawing. You zoom in on the head and you draw the face and all the details on the head, and then you find out that hey, it's actually not that great with the body and you have to redo either the body or the head and it's just frustrating. So zooming in and out can help with that a lot. Background lines also kind of pale, I guess, just so the characters stand out a little bit more, and usually background kind of on the background, so that's why the lines are paler as well. Then I erased my sketch layer, but not entirely, because keeping some of the shapes of the sketch layer can help with the volume of the characters, and it's more dynamic and not as stiff whenever I leave that sketch layer, so that's why I'm keeping it. Afterwards, I'm pretty much adding an overlay layer on top of every single layer that I'm gonna have in the future. Here it's kind of warmed toned because the drawing is happy. Afterwards, I'm painting my background, which is a thing I am bad at. I'm not gonna lie, just my comfort zone is characters on white background, and that's amazing. That's what I can do. I used acrylic brush for that. The same thing as I do with lines, I always make backgrounds kind of paler, just so the characters stand out. Once again, I like my characters to stand out, that's why I'm doing so many white backgrounds things. I loved drawing this one, and coloring was so nice because they were so, I don't know, it's probably the pink noses and cheeks, and like they're so flushed, and it's so cold, and it's so nice, and like I just love drawing blushes, I guess. I don't know, I'm just flat coloring at this point, and it's not really all that interesting, just looking at me filling up the spaces. For those who are probably new to the program, or like to any program or digital art in general, I can only suggest working with layers. So if you say drawing the skin tone on the second layer, then the hair should be on the third layer, because the hair is actually on top of the skin, and I usually do my hair on like the highest layer, because it's falls on the clothes and it's on top of everything pretty much. So just so I'm not as careful coloring clothes once the hair is done. Basically that's pretty much all I do with layers, just I figure out what is underneath what and what is above, and I'm figuring out as I'm going. Yeah, that's not really interesting and probably nothing new, that basically nothing new. Here I'm talking to my character, to my friend, I'm sorry. I sometimes talk to my characters, but not always. And not with witnesses. I actually thought I cut it off, like my conversation with my friends, but apparently it didn't work, because I suck. Sorry. I'm bad with editing, and I'm just kind of still new to this. But I tried, I swear to God. These characters with this particular piece mostly were black, and I don't know, I tried my best to kind of spice it up a little bit with some nice colors and something that isn't black. And even when I'm drawing black, like whenever I draw black or white on the picture, I never actually fill it up, almost never, with black or white. Like with black I do some kind of gradations of dark blue and dark brown, and basically dark every single color but black. I prefer them to be slightly colored, because it's, I don't know, it helps to make the drawing not look as plain. And same thing with white tones, I never use white, and I use mostly pale blue or pale like warm toned something beige, etc. Many colors, but those two. I don't know, for some reason, when I was studying in the university, and when we were learning how to use watercolors, which I suck as well at. But the thing is, they always told us to not use exactly black, like you can always only use black when you mix it with something, just so it's colorful and the piece is colorful. And yes, that's advice. After I'm done flat coloring, I always use more overlay layers, like I add warmed tones overlay layer, just so it works as a sun, and then I do blue tones overlay layer, just so it works as kind of reflexes and stuff. It just makes the character kind of interact with the background more, like they're in the air or something like this. I don't know, it works, I guess. It's my way of doing things. I'm sorry, I just jumped into editing so hard. Basically, I added snow texture, and I'm tweaking off all the... Well, I'm just doing my tweaking. I'm sorry, it's very messy, and there is nothing really I can explain, but yes, that's kind of what I do. I always tweak luminosity of the drawing and saturation, just so it's a little bit more saturated and more luminous. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry it ended so suddenly, but it happens, especially with speed paints. It just ends suddenly. So thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if this is messy and my voice is again like la la la. My tongue doesn't want to pronounce words in English. So thank you so much for watching. I will try to improve a little bit, and bye bye bye.